Hey, what's up everybody? It's about 10 o'clock on this Thursday, October 6th, I believe, 2011, 10 o'clock in the morning. And as you can probably see in the background, I don't think you can, it's kind of raining right now. It's about the third day in a row we've had scattered showers, if you will, around the area. So, yeah. And what's funny about that, folks, is one of my church friends asked me, in fact he even paid me, very shockingly, surprisingly, he paid me to, while he and his wife are out of town, to go water his plants every 3 days. So what happened is he watered them on the day they left. I went and watered them about a week ago, and then I watered them this past Monday, and then this past Monday night is when the scattered showers started to come in. And it rained, it was not constantly, but it was scattered showers a little bit on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday, of course, we had the scattered showers, and we even had them today as predicted. So, yeah, I still got to go check his plants, I guess, when it kind of calms down a little bit or stops raining, because I think they're going to be, I believe, they'll be fine. He does have some plants under some little areas. They may not get rain, but I think they'll probably get in the rain, because the other day the rain was kind of being pushed a little bit by the wind, so I think they probably got some water. The last time I'll have to check them besides today will be on Sunday, and that'll be about it. But anyway, let's get into this video. First of all, I want to send a shout out to Sean McLean. I want to thank him for doing the package opening video that he did. I apologize if I was kind of a bugger, if you will, kind of someone that constantly bugged you about it. I shouldn't have done that. But I was just so eagerly anticipating this package opening, because like you said in the video, Sean, I've been talking about sending you something for a while, and I never had the money to do so until recently, and that was the money I mentioned at the beginning of this vid, that my church friend paid me to go and watch and water his plants and all that. But yeah, I want to thank you for that. And I also want to say that when you talk about this right here, and how even with your VHS tapes you kind of did it in a movie flow kind of deal, I have to admit I used to do something similar too, with some, I can't think of what series they were at times, but I used to do the same thing. So as a matter of fact, there are there's a lot of DVD box sets out there that, as I mentioned as you probably know with the Tailspin one by now, because people have commented in your comment section, as you probably know, I haven't, as you probably, like I said, mentioned in your comment section, a lot of the DVD box sets lately, either they're Disney or they're not Disney, when they do the television animated or live action shows, mostly animated, when they bring them out, you notice that the miniseries is in its original broadcast format. It's not how it was originally first aired in its movie pilot format, just in its original broadcast format, which I think is kind of bad. Which I think is kind of a bad deal on Disney's part or anybody else's part, because like you said, Shout Factory, and heck, even Rhino Home Video, during the final release, during the release of the final volume of the Transformers Generation 1, even Rhino gave you the option, I think with the Rebirth episodes, to watch them as a movie, just like, as you say, Shout Factory does with Transformers, G.I. Joe, and I'm pretty sure they're going to do I'm pretty sure they have done with Gem as well. So yeah, it's kind of a shame that Disney didn't do that with shows like Tailspin and Rescue Rangers and such, and even probably Darkwing Duck and DuckTales. It's kind of a shame they didn't do that. It would have been great to have that option. But anyway, you know, you got to deal with what the cards have given you. Now, basically, what does it have to do with this? Well, it's like you mentioned. You know, you kind of understand where I'm coming from. I mean, like I've mentioned in many videos, Sean, that you've seen, and I'm pretty sure everybody else has seen them. The best thing they could have done to really make this be a great finale, not saying it wasn't a great finale, it's one of the best finales I've ever seen in animation. But to me, what would have been better is if they would have just called it done. Here's the thing. I know some people don't like the Spider-Man's 1990 series, animated series, the 1990 animated series. But I'll say this. If they would have taken an example from that, or even, you know, especially when they were releasing this onto DVD, it would have made it easier. I mean, all you have to do is alter the title setting on the title cards and say Doomsday Project Chapter 1, Cry of the Wolf, Doomsday Project Chapter 2, Druidhedge, Doomsday Project Chapter 3, Spyhawk, Doomsday Project Chapter 4, Doomsday Project. And everybody would have known that, and to me that would have made it probably, I mean, not saying, again, it wasn't good the way it was great, but it would have made a little bit more sense in doing it that way, because at least you're acknowledging that it's all one story, it's all one final story arc, one final finale. To me, that would have made it more sensible in a way. And that's why I did it the way I did, and you probably will see it that way. I'm pretty sure those that I've sent it to already have seen it that way. That when you just have the Doomsday Project title card and you just go into the episode Cry of the Wolf without no title card that says Cry of the Wolf, and it just goes, and then after that you go into the episode Druidhedge without the title card Druidhedge, and the same with Spyhawk, and into the Doomsday Project episode itself, you kind of understand what I'm talking about. And to me, I've said this when I mentioned that ABC and Sega and Dig should have allowed this to be a movie finale. To me, they should have. I mean, they really missed the boat on this, especially during Thanksgiving weekend here in the United States. I mean, I know you guys celebrate in October, during this month in October, but to me, they really dropped the ball on, on the Doomsday Project deal, because I mean, even Fox, who was the Fox network, who was the home network of Power Rangers at the time, even with the three-part second season premiere, they aired those 3 parts every week in prime time. They even did it with X-Men on their 2 parts. They aired their 2 parts, the season 2, not the season 2, but the season 3 premiere. 2-part premiere in primetime, which I think was called Out of the Past. And yet, you think by watching those, ABC and Sega and Dig would think, you know what? If they could do that with the premieres, we could do it with the final 4 episodes as a movie. And like I said, the best time that presented itself was during Thanksgiving weekend here in the States in November. But again, they never capitalized on that. Which is why a lot of people, when you look online, Sean, you kind of Google, if you want, Google very deeply. Which, to me, you'll see that a lot of people look at this, along with the Blast of the Past 2-parter of the 2nd season, as underground films that could have been. As a matter of fact, Brian Ward, who is in charge of Shout Factory, who, again, you've mentioned many times, you have some close tidings with. That's how you were able to get the gem set before anybody else, and I congratulate you on that. That's why when I think about it, Brian Ward, had he known about this back when everybody was looking at it as an underground film, there's no doubt that if this was supposed to be made for the fans, which it was, that he would have added probably on season 2, on the final disc of season 2, after, along with the bonus features of the interview with the late Ben Hurst, who was the main writer of the 2nd season, the storyboard to scene of the Doomsday Project, as well as the deleted and extended sequences, that if he would have added just one more on there, which would have been watching all final 4 episodes as a movie, that would have been a great option, because people really would have gone for that. But unfortunately, I guess he didn't find out about it, didn't know about it, and didn't capitalize on it. Hey, I'm not saying I wouldn't have done the same thing. I'm not saying I wouldn't have missed that opportunity either, but I'm just saying that's why, you know, people like me like to look at it this way, and as you put it, give us a more alternate, if not more straightforward way of watching either premieres or finales. So, and like I said, Disney, and like I said, the ones that I mentioned have missed that opportunity too. I also want to say, Sean, that you probably know from experience that it probably won't be the last time anybody sends you packages. It won't be the last time I send you something. But again, like I said in my letter, and you understand this completely, financially it may not be store-bought, if you will, but it'll be best that I can do. You know, because you know, I understand where you're coming from with your job situation. I remember when I worked at Walmart, and even when I worked at Burger King, there are times that they cut my hours. Now, understandably, they cut my hours at Walmart and Burger King from 40 to 36 to 20 to 36 to 25 at times, because back then and still currently now, I'm on a monthly payment deal from the state and from the federal. So, yeah, I basically get automatic deposits from the state and the federal every month. So that kind of helps me out. But I can understand where you're coming from with the whole getting your hours cut, because even when I had that, they still would cut them a little more, because I remember a few times at Burger King and at Walmart, I would be working not even maybe 2 days, 3 days, and all the other days I'd be off. You know. So, but yeah, I can understand where you're coming from, and sometimes I'd even be told to go home because it wasn't that busy. So, yeah, I can definitely understand where you're coming from there. But again, in closing, I want to say this, Sean. Again, I want to thank you for what you did. And like I said, there'll probably be more packages coming from me in the near future. I can't say when. I'm thinking of sending you maybe 4 discs in the future of Muppet related stuff. I don't know if they'll be in cases or not. If they're not, I apologize in advance. But what they'll be basically is they'll have a lot of Muppet related stuff from the movies, like the Muppet movie, the Great Muppet Caper movie, the Muppets Take Manhattan, Muppets Treasure Island, Christmas Carol, and Muppets from Space movies, as well as it have documentaries and specials like the Muppets Celebrate Jim Henson, World of Jim Henson, Follow That Bird movie, of course, and stuff like that. So just be on the lookout for those in the near future. Whenever I get a chance to send them, I'll probably even send you a Yogi Bear one as well, which would consist of Hey There, it's Yogi Bear First Christmas, and Yogi Bear and the Invasion of the Space Bears. And when you see why it's those 3 movies, you'll kind of get an idea of why I sent it that way. But anyway, again, Sean, I want to thank you for what you've done for me and for anybody else that sent you packages, and for everything that you're going to currently do. And again, I pray and hope you do get a second job, or I pray and hope, as well as I pray and hope, I should say, that you get more hours increased. And I think you will get your hours increased, because we're getting close to the holiday season, so I think those hours will increase depending on what your job is, you know. And if it's a retail job, then it will increase, believe me. I know, because during retail season they need all the help they can get. So again, I thank you for what you've done, and yeah, you know, that's all I want to say. Oh, and before I go, tell me what you think of the maintenance video I sent you about the YouTube kind of stuff and all that. So I'll talk to you later.